Shrek is a national phenomenon. With 4 movies, tons of shorts, and even a musical, it's baffling that someone could crave that lovable ogre in even more formats. Yesterday I was at the Goodwill bins, just digging through the DVDs, and I found something that caught my eye. It is Shrek and Fiona's Honeymoon Storybook, exclusive, limited edition. That's right, we got Shrek on audiobook, baby!
Now, even though I bought the dang thing, my first instinct was to look up the audio on YouTube, because I clearly haven't had a CD player in ages. CDs aren't retro enough yet to be kept like records, and not as convenient as having thousands of songs on my phone. In my searches though, I could not find a ripped copy of this anywhere, nor could I really find any information about it. Only just a bunch of loose copies that were on sale for like stupid cheap on the internet. Luckily, I did eventually find an article from 2003 that was able to give me more context about what this is. A free, limited edition read-along CD of Shrek and Fiona's Honeymoon Storybook will be given away to every child attending during the opening weekend of DreamWorks' Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas. This read-along storybook, which has an estimated value of $9.95, will be given away one per child. The story picks up immediately after the first movie, as Shrek and Princess Fiona are about to embark on their honeymoon, with Donkey tagging along for the ride.
So the audiobook is based off of the Shrek 4D attraction that ran at Universal Studios in Orlando in California all the way until 2017. Since there isn't a way to experience the adventure in 4D anymore, I guess the next best thing is a 0D? I mean, granted, the 4D attraction was also released as a Shrek 3D, or also you could watch it on Netflix in just the regular 2D format as The Ghost of Lord Farquaad. So it's not like it's impossible to ever see the visual aspect of the story again, which kind of makes the audiobook pointless in my opinion. But regardless, we're going to go through this, and through the power of imagination and footage that I ripped from YouTube, we can add visuals to make this audio adventure really pop.
The story is very much the same thing as the 4D experience, except with most of the visual pieces being narrated by John Cleese, the voice of the king in the second movie.
Once upon a time, after a most magical wedding, Shrek and Fiona set off for their honeymoon to a beautiful hotel at the edge of Fairy Tale Falls.
Shrek and Fiona are on their way to their honeymoon, where they are accompanied by Donkey. This part is kind of confusing because it's clearly established in Shrek 2 that Donkey was watching the swamp during their honeymoon, but whatever. Regardless, the gang decides to take the bonkers spook route, and there they run into one of Farquaad's goons, and Fiona gets captured.
He leapt over Shrek and headed straight for Fiona. Fiona reacted quickly and jumped into action. What a princess!
Apparently Farquaad is now a ghost, and the gang has to get Fiona back from him once again. Fiona is able to escape, but only for her, Shrek, and Donkey to almost perish to a watery death. But of course the dragon then comes and saves them, and all is well. And they live happily ever after, until the next 3 movies happen. So, is the audiobook version of this worth a listen? Of course not. They took a visual-heavy experience and tried to take all the visuals out of it. John Cleese's narrative is heavily needed throughout this, because if not, you just get weird grunts of Fiona throughout the entire thing.
She broke free and took things into her own hands.
This was clearly something written to focus heavily on the visuals, and the audiobook just has you second guessing on what's going on. I mean, I guess this is cool to brag about to my friends that I have this audiobook and they don't, but really, also on the back cover they have the original title and logo for Shark Tale, which used to be called Shark Slayer, and that's pretty cool to see, but that doesn't really justify adding this to your Shrek collection at home.
The Shrek audiobook promotion is a pointless piece of media in the treasure trove that is things in the Shrek universe. I took the liberty of recording the whole thing through my Xbox One controller, and I posted it to YouTube, so, if you want to listen to the thing, there you go. But honestly, you're better off, playing Shrek's Treasure Hunt on the PS1, rewatching the first 2 movies on your Game Boy Video, or, trying to get a girlfriend instead of reviewing a Shrek audiobook that you found at Goodwill.